Okay, guys, it's the next day.
Now this is where shit starts getting good. Thank you, the amazing
Where'd he go?
Oh, fuck! Yes, you lads, it's Spyro 2. He's back, and I'm back. Right, everyone, it's Simon 2, Ripped My Ropes. Or as I personally know it, Simon 2, Great. A garden. To be honest, I prefer the European name of Gateway to Glimmer against Ripto's Rage, but I will admit it is strange. Glimmer is just the first level of the game. You're never looking for a gateway to it. That'd be like if this was called Crash Bandicoot Sand. Straight away, we've got much better cutscenes with actual story in them, and boom, bang, bing, we've got new characters who are better than anything we saw in Spyro 1. You've got the Professor, who's a bastard mole, digging up all of my lawn! You've got Alora, who's a fawn, you dork, and Hunter the Cheetah, who always looks like he wipes with his fingers. Even Simon's voice is improved.
Is this rain ever gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like.
If you don't know, that is the voice of Tom Kenny, and if you don't know who that is, I'll give you a hint.
Now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you can find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields.
One thing
SpongeBob!
Why, only in the cutscenes, does it sound like the voice actors are spitting into the mics?
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto.
Betty Botter bought some better butter, better than the bitter butter, so she put it in her bitter batter. Oh, there's also the new baddie, Ripto, who is very small and angry, and that's basically all there is to him. I never really understood the love for him as a villain, I'm sorry. And these three bozos accidentally summoned him to their world, so intercepted Spyro on the way to his holiday. Oh, sorry.
Vacation.
Yeah, your best friends in this game kidnap you and hold your holiday hostage until you fix their big messy. Thanks so much, you woman. Donkey. Spyro 2 as a game, though, is basically Spyro 1 again, but everything is better. Literally everything. It's like jumping from Crash 1 to Crash 2, or pre-vomit to post-vomit. And I'm far from the only person that thinks that, right, Dradex?
Because I hate Spyro 2, and Spyro 3 is somehow even worse.
Yeah, you're right. There's just so many quality of life changes here, it's not even funny, and it all comes together perfectly to make me go. The glide falls a little bit slower to make long jumps easier, the charge control's a lot tighter and lets you jump higher while charging to make rushing around levels twice as easy. Sparks the Dragonfly picks up gems from further away, he eats butterflies from burned animals much faster than Spyro 1, the camera moves around you a bit faster, the sound effects are guttier and have more punch to them. And on top of the updates to existing ideas, there's all of the new stuff added in too, like auto-saving, which was a massive deal, because back in those days, we didn't have it. Instead of the stop immediately and splat on the floor triangle move you could do mid-glide in Simon 1, now you have a hover move to give you extra time to correct a glide and give you a tad more height and distance at the end of your glide. Now, instead of getting extra lives from the life clam, while Sparks is at full health, you can stack him with multiple burned animals to eventually give you a life if you eat enough. Spyro can spit. Enemies now don't drop gems to collect and instead add to a defeated enemy tally that can help you unlock a temporary power-up specific to that level, giving you way more chances for supercharging alongside brand new powers like spring jumping, projectile super breath attacks, and temporary flight in the level. And speaking of levels, you now only need to collect one thing at the end of the stage to beat it, with optional missions dotted around each level awarding you orbs that can be used to unlock further levels, bosses, and secrets. And they can sometimes be centered around the platforming that Spyro does best, or something totally new and different like hockey matches against this freak, various puzzles hidden around the stage, or blowing up a load of UFOs piloted by And to top it all off, when you collect everything, you get a little doot! The Speedway stages return and are exactly the same as previously. Okay, that wasn't new, I'm sorry, I don't know why I mentioned it. But now after you beat the main time travel challenge, you can then freely explore the Speedway level without a time limit to find secret hidden characters to talk to that then give you more unique orb missions that change up the gameplay even more. And then you can end your day by being a flag-burning, filthy hippie. Yeah, down with vegetables. Oh yeah, there's also way more cutscenes now too. Some for entertaining story bits, and others for whenever you enter and exit a new level, just to give them that extra dash of personality and depth to them. I like them. You see what the problems are in the level before you get there, help them out, then you fix the problem and see what happens after you leave the level. It's like mini stories within the main story. It's really cute. But as a kid, I hated the Aquaria Towers one. Poor little seahorse dying from lack of water and being baited over and over again for a drink he never gets. Just give him the damn water, you wretch! This isn't Saw 3! What's cool though is that every level has inhabitants to talk to now, and they're nearly all fully voice acted. The only other thing you could interact with in Simon 1 was the balloonist, and sorry man, not only did you not actually speak, but you were only ever good for being a stepladder. Even the fairy checkpoint talks to you now. She's called Zoe, and she likes to pitch shift her voice at random.
That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place.
Each time you defeat an enemy, it will release a spirit particle.
What's up with you, Zoe? Have you got a bad cough?
The water workers have boxed up most of our baby turtles. The boxes are incredibly strong.
Oh no, what are we going to do?
What's up with your voice crack?
Introduced in this game that would go on to become a Spyro staple. A character that dredges up the worst of a human being. A character that inspires fear, hatred.
Money bags?
Bags.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to...
Okay. No bullshit. Aside from watching one or two Spyro videos of old, of Cataclysm, and playing and remembering most from Spyro Into the Dragonfly, I was thinking about which character is it, and I made a good guess.
learn to swim underwater? I suppose I...
Oh my gosh. It's back when video games used to have paywalls and such. Ratchet and Clank 1 and 2, the PS2 games, used to have paywalls. But games onwards, not anymore. And I'm sorry, but I kind of want to see paywalls come back. Controversial, I know.
could teach you for a small fee.
Moneybags as a round bell end seems to exist everywhere all at once on every level and only lives for one thing.
Cash
locking things away from you and stealing your gems in order to unlock them for you. That's all he is. He's a fat, greedy barrier that has no conscience, no dignity, and only cares about money, money, money. Must be funty. In a rich man's cunt. He is a leech, a stain. He's an alt-right Winnie the Pooh that converted a generation of kids into anti-capitalists. And to be perfectly frank, he makes me want to get my killing shoes on.
What a sweet relief.
In fact, I don't even think that any furries like him. Let's ask one. Oi, Adam!
Alright, E621, Spyro _the _dragon, space order, score, enter. What?
See, it doesn't do anything for him. Oh, what's that? You want to sell me a trip on a submarine to get by a load of robot sharks? Pfft, I don't need any of that. You're scamming me. Look, see, I don't need to... Okay, fair enough. Oh, look at you there, Moneybags. Are you a little cold from the snow? Oh, no, wait. It's just your soul! My favorite thing to do with him is actually use a double jump glitch in level 1 to not only completely ignore him and his stupid bridge, but also use the same glitch to get on top of a ledge that I'd also need to pay him later on in the game to learn how to climb, and then finish off the rest of the level without paying him a cent, meaning that I can then afford his swimming lessons right after level 1 without needing to go into another level first to try and save up enough.
I mean, I will admit, grinding after a while can get a little old. Hell, once in a while when I play Zelda Breath of the Wild a millionth time, I just use the save editor of some sort. so I can cut down the grinding.
There's been a money-saving tip with Daddy Caddy. Next week, we'll find out how to stop yourself from spending your own money by learning how to keep pennies in your ass. The levels are bigger and give you way more stuff to do and leave a longer lasting impression, but they aren't so big as to make you go, oh no, I can't eat that. And the music is miles better as well. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it sucks. Milkshake through a big straw. It's way more creative, zesty, multi-instrumental, and more percussive. There's even vocals on some of the tracks. My favorites being the one that sounds like a meditating Mr. Bean. And the one where it sounds like a really big man just ate something he didn't like. Then there's all the little monk dudes with their mouths that look like urinals and they go... If you ask me, though, the award for best line in the game easily goes to...
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I think you should kill that Yeti.
He's so hardcore about killing an animal that he even goes off script.
Kill!
Oh, by the way, I have a theory about this game that I don't think anybody has ever brought forward before. Hunter is Ripto.
And no, I don't mean just because of their exact same size. Other characters in the game are all like,
can you help me tie my shoelaces?
And then you help them and they reward you. But Hunter, he deliberately bricks himself in igloos and hides orbs from you until you nearly kill yourself on a jet ski parachute. He won't give you 2 orbs that you desperately need to save the world unless you run around in a sub-zero cave catching crystals to amuse him. He won't give you the items that you need to defeat the man that he summoned himself until you jump on his captured manta ray and follow a seahorse through a bubble of fart. He plays dumb, but he's not dumb. He has like half of the orbs you already need in his pockets and just doesn't give them to you because Lamau. And have you ever noticed how you never see them together on the same screen? He's the bad guy here. He is Ripto. I also love the way that so many characters have that low poly PS1 over-exaggerated head and mouth shape too. They all look like talking drum cymbals. Hi Hunter, I'm Spyro, and I want to burn all of your incriminating documents.
Gee, thanks, Spyro!
There's even this one level where you run around and find all of the bones of a skeleton to put him back together. How beautiful.
Dead Canadians from South Park.
What is that?
It's so good to see my friend looking healthy again.
Does he? Oh no, what does that mean? What's gonna happen? Yes, I had to sit through the whole thing, so you had to as well. Now, let's move on to...
I think he wants to dance for you.
Oh, no. Oh, hello.
My favorite part of the whole game, though, is when you get to World 2, Autumn Plains, and find this level called Zeph, where there are all these slugs on the ground in the middle of a civil war with these birds from the sky, and you help out the slugs by destroying the birds' ammunitions building.
The fuck? There's no sound.
Wow! What an explosion!
My disc is a little scratched. But then immediately after that is another level called Breezy Windpipe, where you go to the homeland of the birds in that same war, and then you help them get their airship running again so they're able to counterattack, ensuring that the war can rage on for many years to come. Spyro is indifferent to global relations. He is a war profiteer. I love Zephyr anyway, though, because there are these baby birds that spit ammunition from mother birds, dropping it from the sky into their mouths, and when they don't have anything, they're like, Mummy, I'm hungry, feed me, Mummy. Oh, you're hungry, are you? Yeah, well, I've got your mummy right here, you little scab. Then there's a bit where there's a slug named Romeo and a bird named Juliet in a tragic star-crossed love on the battlefield, and you need to reunite them in this extremely fun magic seed platforming puzzle, where different platforms grow in different soil, and when you want the seed back, the soil clenches like a bumhole, and after solving the puzzle, Juliet sounds like this.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Oh, there's Romeo.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
now?
There's just so many fantastic moments here. How about that mission where you have to get the professor's pencil back by trading an egg with a nest that spits out a seed to go into a plant pot that spits out a rubber duck that goes with a duck family to give you a turnip, what? Okay, which then needs to go into a cauldron which spits out a coin that goes into a water fountain that gives you a very soggy pencil. It's so good, man. And how about the secret agent that sounds like,
I'm a secret agent.
and when he's looking around to make sure you aren't following him, he does... He does that. That is how I'm looking around for things for the rest of my life. And the robots in Metropolis, they're adorable. Listen to them.
Metropolis? Again? They call this world Metropolis? Did they run out of sci-fi names?
Even the bosses are an improvement. There's only 3 this time, but it doesn't matter because they all make up for the wet jokes that were in Spyro 1. They actually have attacks. They're fun fights, and in Gulp's case, even a little bit challenging. This is one of the better bosses in the whole Spyro series, actually.
As great as Simon 2 is, though, I don't think it's perfect. In fact, there's a couple of major real low points for me. This is way too hot.
And Pushing Up Roses can name like 50 of them, can't you?
Oh, Spyro.
No! The mission in Hurricos where you have to put lightning stones into power generators and then have to defeat the thieves that keep removing them and throwing them around the level. I mean, look, I'm very glad that I finally get some representation. But man, does this take forever. It isn't difficult, just immeasurably boring. This part here where you need to flame fish into this angry Tiki's mouth, I can't stand this bit. You need to get 10 fish in his mouth, and any red fish reset the counter by like 1 billion fish. But by the time you see the yellow ones and decide that they're the ones to flame, it's too late to flame and you miss the mouth. So you end up prematurely hitting flame all the time, thinking that you're flaming a yellow fish, but it's actually a red fish, and then, oh god, not that one, Spyro the Drag-Off! Nowadays, I just cheat this bit by looking directly into the water in first-person mode to see what fish is coming. Well, is it cheating? I'm just using what the game gives me. I'm a good boy. I wash under my arms.
And of course, there's another bit, which is possibly the most infamous part of the whole game. But before we get there, I just have to ask you a quick question.
Trouble with the trolley. Okay, well actually, get ready for me to be a contrarian. This isn't hard. It's not easy, but it's really not that bad. I don't know what you're talking about, you whinging wets. In fact, while recording footage for this video, I finished the mission first time and then had to start the mission again and deliberately blow up in order to record the guy saying,
Trouble with the trolley, eh?
I mean, I don't know what to add. It just isn't that hard. And you know what else isn't? The turtle soup mission. Yeah, I said it. What's the big deal? Just keep looping around the pipes that they spawn from and then knock the turtles away if you come across them. They'll bounce all over the place and it gives you plenty of time to get them back in the water. What's the big deal, you baby bitch buggers? And the dinosaur egg hatching and eating the village people. Yeah, sure, I failed this one like once or twice, but once you get the pattern down, it's just like Simon Says, but if Simon only had 8 Simon noises for you to copy, and then Simon played the same Simons every time you Simon. And what about the bombing genie mission in Scorch? Not a big deal either. Did it on my first go. Here's a tip for you if you're struggling. Stop charging after him and stick to the wall so that you avoid most of the bombs bouncing off of them. You can't rush this bit, just go slowly, especially around the steps. You're gonna hate it if you try charging, trust me. Nah, mate, you wanna know what the worst mission of the game is?
Will you escort me past those Earth Shapers?
No! How about instead you suck my nads? I hate this. I hate this so much. Why didn't you remind me I had to do this, Fushi?
Oh, Spyro, you're such a bad dragon, aren't you? Yes, I am.
That's what you Toba.
Everything they say about VTubers is right. So you've got this motherless...
Okay, how detailed is that VTuber? I mean, the emotions... I'm not sure if the lip sync is perfect, but the emotions transition very, very well. I mean, it wasn't like Kasuna Eye, where you have emotions that just changes in like a millisecond.
goat who has a potion to give Hunter because he wasted his month's rent on a new pair of concrete Nikes, and even though the goat is literally next door to where Hunter is, he momentarily forgets how to steer his own legs and ends up going on a cross-country marathon instead, deliberately walking right into all of the enemies, changing his mind on where he's going all the time, getting in the way of you rushing around, and you can't get rid of the enemies. All you can do is knock them back temporarily, so getting them all out of the way of him in advance won't work. And the best thing, the 10 out of 10 game of the year best thing that happens, is that if you finish this mission, Hunter then says, "Thanks for getting me out, Spyro, but you need to learn a new move to help me kill all of these monsters, so come back and find me again when you learn it." So you carry on playing the game, learn the move, come back to the level to help out Hunter, and he couldn't wait 5 minutes to put his Adidas stones back on, meaning you've got to do the first part of the mission all over again? What's that? I already have this orb? I had no idea. But anyway, you finish the game and do everything. You get the orbs, grab the talismans, run away from this horrific face, and wonder who decided to bring back the bush munchers from Spyro 1 so you can place an Aztec curse on their family. You finally beat Ripto, and he just accepts his death. Oh, screw it, I can't win. Everybody celebrates, Hunter sits on Moneybag's face, and we finally go on a holiday in a lovely final cutscene.
It isn't a cutscene. I got you.
Dragon Shores is the final level that is literally just a fun fair that rewards you with tickets in order to unlock a theater to watch the game's cutscenes again. Internet. You play a game of water dunking, ride a roller coaster with a cannon to pop balloons, go to a duck shooting gallery, and never question why the biggest enemies from the first game are now welcoming you into a dark room inside a theme park with no one else in it. And you know what? I also really like the little love boat tunnel because it taught all the kids that played this game that you can love whoever you want. You can love the same gender. You can find love even if you're a smelly, hairy yeti. If that's not your style, you can be on your own. You can have a three-way, what? You can love children, excuse me? And after all of this, if you found every gem and every orb in the game, you unlock a door that grants you a permanent super breath attack, which is now obsolete because the game is already over. Screw off.
Unless you do a Tiger Woods. And cheat.
Yeah, just quit the game and then start a new game that overwrites the completed save file, and voila, you now have super breath from the minute you start the game. How sick is that? And that's not all that you can cheat. Do you want to make Simon look like he has leprosy? Because you can do...
That was a cheat. Oh my gosh. A superpower that is utterly... What is up with kids' video games giving you something awesome after 100%ing everything, making the power worthless? Sheesh!
What? But still not enough? Well, how about a big head mode? Yeah, you can do that too.
Finally, a game character just for me.
What? Is that still not enough? Well, how about this? You put Spyro in a trouser press. The end.
Okay, so where are we? We've done 1, 2, 3. Oh, look everyone. It's my good friend Face.
We are now on game number 3, which is how many straws I need to drink my orange juice.
Ha! You are so full of fact. Give me another one.
Most people buy 1 face wash, but I have to buy 3.
You are full of surprises, Face, and so is this game.
And a leather sponsorship.
Huh? What? Oh yes, I forgot. I'm a PS1 game. And now I'm finally all on my own, safe from everybody around me, and nobody else can break it.
Catacombs! What is up with the budget, man?
To my lair. Oh dear. And today I've been sponsored by me. Yes, me. I've been sponsored by so many things that now I can finally afford myself. It's the collectible world of Cat Icarus, a limited edition exclusive Blu-ray set only available on the pixelempire.com/caddy in the description below. And when I say limited edition, I really mean it. They are selling out fast, and you've got to act now because once they're gone, they're gone. Inside this gorgeous PS1 shaped box that talks to you when you open it. Wow, look in here. Hello, I'm Spunks! You'll find the Blu-ray disc itself with over 5 hours of Cat Icarus content not available anywhere else on the internet, such as a Cat Icarus episode all about the history of his 11 years on YouTube, a guided PS1 collection tour, a Hidden Block reunion podcast, and so much more. I've always wanted to have one thumb and no fingers. The menus of the Blu-ray have all been specially designed to look and sound as ugly as possible. I mean, look and sound like a 90s PS1 demo disc. And the case for the Blu-ray even features a huge PS1 manual-styled booklet written by Caddy, featuring interviews from important people behind the scenes of the show, countless references and Easter eggs, and even a cheat code you can input on the main menu of the Blu-ray for an additional surprise. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Find out yourself, buy it. And whenever I'm taking a ride on my favorite Hurricane and praying it doesn't stop over the sea, I like to mention the other things in this box set, such as the exclusive sticker sheet, a double-sided movie poster, 3 exclusive pins for your bag or your face, just make sure you clean the wounds, an extra large sticker to show off what a huge sellout you are, it's the closest you'll ever get to touching the real sponsor, get used to it, a chance to grab one of 3 Crash Bandicoot relic tickets for a variety of different awards like signed Caddy U2's figures, face-to-face Zoom calls, and $10 to $100 of Pixel M. Not always buy it because... Video. Wow, wasn't that an interruption? Here's the rest of the video. Spot, come in. Spot, are you there?
Spot's over.
Spot. Oh boy, everyone, it's Simon 3. Yay, a donut. The final in the original classic trilogy made by Insomniac Games, and what a fitting developer, because as a kid, Spyro 3 made me into an Insomniac. I adore Spyro 3 with every nerve ending, and every time I pop it in, it makes me want to... The hills are alive with the sound of... 6-year-old me played this game until he ate his own hands off. True story. It's the best game of the original trilogy to me, without a doubt. I know people think it's the second one, but this game has a kangaroo doggy paddling in a lake. You're wrong. Is it because of nostalgia? Yes. Oh, sweet. You can pick your save file icon now? I don't know. Who should I pick, Vinny?
What?
You're right. Banana! So to kick things off, even though I love Spyro 2's characters, I was never really fussed about Ripto or whatever his beef was. I didn't find him that funny, that entertaining, or that endearing, which made me not really care about what he was planning to do. But this time, I actually kind of cared about what was going on. You've got this haggard old Minger called the Sorceress, who's so hefty you could send her out to the front line, and her apprentice, Bianca, who have decided to steal all of the baby dragon eggs that came from all of the adult male dragons. Very progressive, Spyro 3. Well done. And instead of stealing them and taking them back to their secret lair, they decide to just leave the eggs all over the damn place for anyone to find. Good plan, guys. I'm sure this won't rear up.
It's
and
a dino.
Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places.
It's a dragon egg hunt. Easter
the first egg is
dragon.
right next to where she was standing.
Fuck! Okay. Dragon Easter egg hunt. Or Easter dragon egg hunt. I don't know.
That means that this game's collectathon bread and butter are these dragon eggs this time, used to unlock more of the game. And the eggs are just so giddy over being found that they birth right in front of you, with no mess. Did that bow form in the uterus? You also have these baby dragons that don't like being caught unawares, and... Does this mean the dragons have genits? Now somebody as nasty as this old bint stealing... Does this mean the dragon...
Oh, for a second, I thought that dragon was a cyclops.
Dragons have genits. Now, somebody as nasty
A
as this
Dryclops.
old bint stealing all of these adorable little babies is bad enough and already makes her appear more like a threatening Cruella de Vil, except scaly and large. But as the game goes on, you then discover she wants to kill them all and rip off their wings for a new spell she's working on. It's not even like she wants to eat them to keep herself alive or anything like that. She just wants to kill them so she can try a new magic trick. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. This causes Bianca to change her mind about being evil, takes her hood off, and that makes Hunter go,
You're a fine-looking woman!
Taking that all aside, though, I also really appreciate how much more the gameplay and story are integrated together. There's way more cutscenes showing off what a cow the sorceress is, which builds up to her final boss really nicely. Throughout the whole game, Bianca keeps appearing out of nowhere and taunting you. And even with the levels in each world, instead of just going through each of them, helping the people out, and then getting a magical thing to open a door to get closer to the final boss, instead you go to the levels, help the creatures out, and then as thanks, they all work together to build you a new transport method to get to the next area where you can find more hidden dragon eggs. When Hunter gets kidnapped halfway through the game, for a brief amount of time, all of his side missions and all the levels are unavailable. So come on, get on your ass and save him so you can come back and get more dragon eggs. Everything you do in Spyro 3 has a reason, and it just fits into place better, you know? As for the game itself, well, Everything that Spyro 2 did to improve on Spyro 1 is here. Everything from the controls to the weird and wonderful character designs that talk to you like they're grazing in a field.
Hello, I'm Steak. Did you ever wonder where your milk came from? Yeah, me too.
But in my humble opinion, it's just Spyro 2 Plus. It's Spyro 2, but even better. Not by much, they're still both incredible games, but this one beats it out for me just slightly. I mean, yeah, they removed the charming intro and outro level cutscenes, which does mean some of the levels start with, "There are Rhynocs everywhere, kill them!" and end with, "Here, take this egg." But everything else for me was chipped off and polished into the ultimate Simon experience. The camera is panned just a little further back to let you see more of what's around you. None of the temporary power-ups are gated off by enemy defeats. You can stop skating while ice skating now. They brought back way more long gliding platforming sections and secrets that Spyro 1 had, alongside more chances to supercharge than Spyro 1 and 2. Every character around you reacts to being set on fire now, which is a lot better than Spyro 2, where they just stand there, defiantly.
I kind of prefer that, to be honest.
You know, I flame the
I kind of prefer Spyro 2,
because so many
to
of
be
them
honest.
are too adorable, and I just want to help them out with their problems.
Our sun has gone out.
Well, shit, you're dead. They even added races to the classic Speedway obstacle levels. They're really boring, yeah.
Oh, also, Sparks the Dragonfly talks now. I love it.
Moneybags came back and he's still a festering wart. Although he doesn't sound like a drunk anymore.
I can let you into the little castle over there in exchange for a few gems.
And now sounds like this.
Spyro! My, how funny to see you here.
He's more like a naughty, jovial uncle that tries to sell his nieces and nephews the warm, opened, sticky sweets from his pocket. You know, bollock sweet. So yeah, he's back to make your life miserable, and so is the caveman with his skeleton friend who's lost all his bones. And yes, he even does the bone dance again. Although this time, he goes on for so long that the regular stage music comes back in the middle of it.
Okay.
It's perfect. You know what? I don't like this Cloud either. Even when you complete his mission and make him happy, the best he can give you is this terrible face. But Moneybags does a little bit more this time. Instead of just ripping you off to get through doors, get this. Now he works for the main villain. In fact, he comes right out the gate the first time you see him and just says the sorceress is paying him to be a tool. And he's standing guard for a collection of new animal buddies with their own stages that are fully playable. And once you buy them off of him, you can visit older levels that have their locked doors inside to then get in and find even more gameplay scenarios to make you go, wow, there's more gameplay scenarios. People often feel a bit like these are desperate ideas from a creatively spent development team, but I couldn't disagree more. They're desperate ideas from a creatively strong development team. First off is Sheila the Kangaroo, an adorable little muppet that takes the standard gameplay and flips it on its side to be about vertical height exploration more than long-distance gliding. And I find her levels extremely fun whenever you launch into the air and smash downwards. And according to the Reignited trilogy, she isn't female unless she has pigtails and a vag. Next up is Sergeant Bird. And just like that, with the wave of my wand, you're a secret spy just like James Bond. He is an MI5 flying penguin agent with rockets on his shoulders, and I find his part fine. Not the best and not the worst. In open explorative bits with free flying all over the stage, he's a joy, and I appreciate how you can toggle on a below view for aiming drop missiles while still having full control of flight. But in tight spaces, it's like trying to fit an apple in a nostril. Then we have Bentley, a friendly Yeti who for some reason is also a London Cockney.
I genuflect to my noble deliverer.
Ding dong! Hello, you c***. I'll have a Jack and Coke on the rocks, so don't worry, I bought my own ice. My ice popped.
I don't dislike him whatsoever, but he is my least favorite character to play as, purely because he walks just a little bit too slow for me. I love how he stomps around and smashes everything without any
Hey, he's the heavy guy. Heavy guys tend to go slow.
A little bit more speed would have been appreciated. Not to mention, he's so big that he blocks off the screen from the dragon that you just saved. Move it! And lastly, there's Jim Carrey Monkey, who uses a rebounding laser gun, grenade, strafing, and first-person sniper shots to get through his sections. I like these a lot. They're good fun, especially when you find his most powerful weapon, the Child Beard Gun. Plus, in those hidden Speedway bonus levels, you get to do them as Hunter. And that makes them better and more fun than Spyro 2 because it does, and you are listening to me. And
Hey, did you know that the first ever water birth in a video game was in Spyro 3?
What?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Birth?
Here it is.
Welcome to planet Earth, kid. That's what your lungs filling up with water feels like. Alongside all the other buddies Simon can save for extra gameplay, you can even control Sparks for the first time ever in his own top-down explorative shooting sections, which I really enjoy as well. You can boost, strafe, use limited power-ups all over the place, and when you finish each one, you unlock a new permanent ability for Spyro, like pointing Sparks towards the direction of missing gems, an absolute godsend, or giving yourself one extra hit before losing a life. Sure, there's parts which aren't perfect.
Ow! I went boom again.
But there's literally nothing I dislike in this game or don't look forward to. Nothing. The worst part in any single Spyro game that's ever been released is in Spyro 3. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. Spyro 2 has more low points, but this single low point in 3 topples all of them on its own. The boxing match with Bentley and this filthy rat is utterly unplayable. You're supposed to have 3 attacks and a block, but absolutely none of these moves come out when you need them to. Either the delay is way too much, or Bentley is way too slow. Whatever the case, this stinking piss rag is able to perform every move at twice the speed as you, and somehow manages to combo when you're unable to, and blocks nearly every attack you perform like he's reading your mind. Hit him, goddamn hit him, Bentley, why are you missing him? Don't make me call you by your passport name! I could go on all day about this abominable challenge, especially when you win 1 egg for beating it once, but then need to survive for 3 rounds for a second egg and come out the other end with the most health, which if you aren't deathly lucky, will take you over half an hour, and it's enough to give me a Diane Weist infection.
Now ask yourself this. If a video game about a platforming purple dragon came out in the year 2000, what will it add into it to make it immediately much better? That's right, skateboarding.
Taking another break. Sounds like Spyro 3 is a lot of fun to play. Simply because it has more content.